Yeah.
It's cold. Like yesterday I went to doctor's appointment and got outside. I'm like, wait, who turned off the heat?
Oh, yeah. It is a cold
Oh,
thing. We did golf outside, and then
yeah.
it seemed like when I was fine with allergies, everybody's been struggling with allergies with the stuffiness, and then when it
I
rains,
was fine
oh,
with allergies. Everybody's been struck.
I
Okay, hold
almost
on.
had myself.
Hey, I had to mute my computer. I think that fixed it. You might have to mute yours too. I
I
don't know what your setup is like over there. We're trying a new setup today, guys. We've been really
We're
struggling going from Facebook over to YouTube and kind of getting the technology down. Oh, and yes, and last week, Coach, I really messed up. So apparently, you're like my left brain or my right arm or something because I went into panic mode and I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? I'm sitting in my office. What do I do? Well, apparently we go live every Tuesday, at 11 a.m. Eastern, and my brain was not live, and I got a text message from one of your clients saying, "Are we live today?" And I'm like, "Oh crud! No, we're not live because I'm over here." I was legitimately busy. I think I was painting my office.
your stressful mode. You're painting.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, the office is updated, so that's a good thing. I feel like it's coming together. We only have my floor to do left. So this summer, told my husband that he's going to put in a new floor for me. But I put all this stuff in here, so it's going to be a little more difficult than if we would have done it in order. But when you see something on Facebook Marketplace, you don't think around. Like you jump on it. Um, so I found these amazing cupboards behind me on Facebook, a pair of them, and they were the old, ugly 80s oak yellow. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
oh, do I dare? Do I dare touch them? And I did, and they're very pretty. So,
So you just said that you decided to paint instead of go live last week. Is that what happened?
I don't remember. It's all a blur. It's all It is what it is. It is what it is. And then this week, I took the day off yesterday to go see my beautiful grandson's beautiful face. Um, his mama is so brave. I didn't realize when we were pregnant, like we were really brave. Women are pretty powerful people. I was watching her on the table, and I'm just like amazed at her strength and the beauty of childbirth. It's like, wow, we are really powerful women. One of the things, speaking of powerful women, one of the things I did last week, you're not gonna believe this because you think I'm a weakling, but I moved a 50-gallon fish tank by
Oh,
myself, and I
well, why
had
did
this.
you?
Who's gonna help me? You know, who's gonna help me if I don't do it on my time? Because my husband
Oh,
absolutely would help me,
I was
but
gonna say,
on his time, his timing and my timing are two different things. And I had this ugly cabinet sitting right here and was just bothering me. And I'm like, I got to get it out of here. But in order to get it out of the office, I had to move the fish tank.
yeah,
I did. So that's a tribute to Positive Fitness here in Warsaw, Indiana. Lou, he has made me strong. So
yeah.
yeah, hey, I want you to tell us where you've been because of you being gone is why we all fell apart and why I fell apart. So tell us where you were and make it good
Well,
because it better be good.
I was I was in Paris
Mm,
for nine
darn.
days. Two
Mm.
of those days airplane because it takes like all day to travel. Um, but we were in Paris and we went for a wedding. It was a beautiful wedding, but most of the time, Mark and I, we walked everywhere. We walked everywhere in France. We just got the layout of the land, and by the end of the trip, we knew where we were going. We knew Yeah, we knew Paris. We also visited the Palace of Versailles, which is like an hour away from the city of Paris, and we also visited the Monet Garden, which is
So I have a
beautiful.
complaint. I have a complaint to register with your marketing team because you spammed us with pictures, of which I completely and thoroughly enjoyed. I did not see one picture of you and Mark in a boat down the river. What do you think? Gondolas? What do they call those things?
That's a raw. That's a gondola. That's not the area.
I was so disappointed. I'm like, where is the gondola? Where is the picture of you and Mark kissing on this boat? Because that's what I picture Italy and Paris to be.
That's
Where are
Italy,
those?
not Paris.
You weren't you weren't in the right vicinity. See, I was on the wrong trip.
Wrong trip. Uh,
Oh, but you learned some things. You learned some things about health there, and you might have a soapbox to step up to that I would invite you up to, because it's time to go to Washington D.C. to protest, right?
well, here's the thing. Like I go over to Paris, and obviously you have like the jet lag type of body swelling and all that
Hmm.
sort uh,
Yes.
for a few days, and you feel crummy about life, except for where you are.
Hmm.
Um, but when I came back, like I could actually during the week, like I could visibly see Mark's belly like thinning. Like it was disgusting. Like here
Wow.
he
Yeah,
is
we don't like him. No.
losing weight. And so mind you, like to kind of backtrack, like when you go into a maintenance mode, your body's going through different things, right? Um over time, if you are not, if I feel like if you are not proactive and you just kind of get comfortable, your body
Hmm.
starts to hold on and like retain stuff, right?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
he was and I told him this, and he'd be fine with me telling you this, but he started getting a little belly
Hmm.
pouch, kind of
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
over the top. And it we still were we ate everything we eat. There's
Hmm.
nothing that but then over in Paris, like we maintained the weight, we maintained our body style, all that stuff, and
Hmm.
then in Paris, that's when like things started like changing. And I don't know if
Hmm.
it's because the change in that we were technically eating when we would be sleeping. Like,
Yeah. I
could
think
have
it's
been.
the food. I really
It's
think it's the food.
listen over there, in 11 other countries, they ban a lot of different types
Yep.
of preservatives. They ban a bunch
Hmm.
of the crap, right?
Yeah,
That
they
they
do.
are, and over there, like you don't have it. Everything is fresh. They
Hmm.
do a lot of like seasonal. Like right
Hmm.
now, it's tomato season, and oh my word, the tomatoes there,
Mm,
like the tomato
yeah.
umbrella. Oh,
Yeah.
so that.
Well, even the French fries at McDonald's are different than they are here.
Oh,
Completely different.
I learned. I learned that with McDonald's, they grow a certain. They only use a certain type of potato,
Mhm.
and it's really long ones
Mhm.
like this, and to grow those very long potatoes, they have to put this chemical on them or else they'll rot, right? They won't accept any potatoes that have any
Here in
brown spots
America. Here in
here in
America, right? Yeah.
America. um and so when they harvest those,
Mhm.
these farmers are in hazmat, and they put it in a building to be able to have that chemical be like, I don't know if they do some sort of thing in the building that gets the chemical out,
Mhm.
or so
Never know.
they that you can touch the potato and so it doesn't
Mhm.
rot. And this is what they're serving us here in America,
Yeah.
top of the oils that are being fried in that. So that's where you get those long French
Yeah.
fries. But over in France, those French fries are squatty.
Uh-huh.
They um they are they just look different, you know?
Yeah.
So
It's real.
very
It's absolutely
real.
real, and it's controlled by our politicians. It's controlled by the lobbyists and whoever puts the most money in a politician's pocket. That's why we have maltodextrin legal here in our country, and it's banned in 11 countries. And you know me, I am not about banning anything, and I am pro capitalism, pro freedom. You know me and my
Yeah.
political background. But it's killing people, and it's banned for a reason in 11 other countries. I went to Washington, D.C. when we got a new congressman because everybody knows how I feel, and we lost our congresswoman last summer. And so I went this time to go see our new congressman because I wanted a chance to talk to him about how these foods are impacting my clients, your clients, and I said I'm not about banning anything, but what I want is truth in labeling, truth in the nutrition, because maltodextrin has a higher glycemic index than table sugar, and yet it's allowed because it's cheap to make, because we can put it in things as filler. Go to your cupboards, guys, and see where maltodextrin is. And if you think you're having a sugar-free diet, you think I'm on track, I'm stalled for some reason, I can't figure out why, go to your cupboard and check out maltodextrin. That one ingredient alone is going to stall you. It's sugar, it's pure sugar. And it's labeled sugar free because our politicians in Washington, D.C. do not care about your health. They do not care about your health with proof of our food pyramid. If you
Yeah.
take a look at the food pyramid and you're just generally knowledgeable about what foods do to your body, you'll look at that and say, "Well, who drew that? A 2-year old?" Like, for real. It's absolutely maddening to see the doctors buy into this and our politicians buy into this, and our country is getting sicker and sicker and sicker. You told me,
Yes.
over text messages, there's no obese people in Italy,
From, oh,
France,
so
wherever
we're in
you are.
France.
France, thanks. In France. They don't have obesity there.
So it's funny because I had a conversation with a man that suckered us into getting our portraits done. So that we were in the artist area, and where all the artists paint and sell their works. And there's people that walk around and they ask, "Hey, make your portrait," and they don't tell you how much it is at the end until the end.
Ooh. Oh.
you know, and how good they are might not be, because I'm an art major and I looked at some of the, like, Mark's person who drew them was, anyway. I dig. But I was having a conversation with the older gentleman, and he's like, "So what do you do for a living?" And I said, "Oh, I'm a health coach over at America." And like, "Oh, like like a sports coach? Like you do sports?" I'm like, "No, no, I
Yeah.
help people like tell them what to eat, and show him some ways." And then I told him that, how I had lost some weight. And he's like, "Oh, wow." Like, and I said, "Oh, and we are global. We are not just in America.
Hmm.
We coach worldwide." And he's like, "Not in Paris." Like,
Exactly. Yeah.
there's not, like, any of the people that live there. They're and let me tell you, they are eating baguettes every morning.
Hmm.
They have
Yeah. Pastries.
around. They
Yeah.
eat pure sugar. Um,
Yeah.
like that, but it's all in
Yeah.
moderation. Like,
Yeah.
difference of how they consume food
Yeah.
to how we consume food. It just shows
Yeah.
you a baguette in France is
It's
not, it's
different.
right. It's
Well, Pop Tarts. I was listening to, I think it was Kim Howerton was talking about Pop Tarts. Pop Tarts in France are much different than Pop Tarts here in America, and it's wrong. It is absolutely wrong. Here's the problem, Coach. Here is the problem, and we were in we have a Monday night support group, kind of an Overeaters Anonymous support group. If you need help, we have amazing sessions with these people. And last night we were talking about um, the problem in America. We're talking about boredom and being bored on the ketogenic diet. Let me tell you, folks, you should not be bored on the ketogenic diet. If you're bored, you're doing it wrong. Here's the problem: when we say we're bored on the ketogenic diet, what we mean is I'm lazy. Because here in America, we have this
yeah,
pandemic um, about of convenience. We do not want to work for anything. We want the convenience of going from our job to the drive-through, home to bed, turning on the TV, eating our quick fix. Pop Tarts. We don't want to cook breakfast. We don't want to create anything. We are so addicted to convenience that we can't get out of that mold. So our problem, and anybody who's bored on the ketogenic lifestyle is not the food. There's a select few things that we don't eat, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Minuscule things that we don't eat.
Very. Yes.
The problem is we're lazy. And I'm not going to say it any other way. We're lazy. We are lazy people. I personally, a keto coach, am lazy. So I'm a very, very simple eater. When people say, well, Monica, what does your day look like? I hesitate to tell them because my day looks really weird. I have clients for 8 hours a day. And so my day could look like some cheese and salami for breakfast and, berries and cream cheese in the afternoon. I mean, it could be, it's simple. It is so simple. Now, my problem, if I got bored, I'm not bored because I'm used to it. That's safety for me. Sometimes I get bored and I'll bring in some berries, I'll bring in some salads and things like that. But majority of the time I'm okay being bored because I know, and I sent every single one of our clients this week. Did you see that, coach? There's some really good recipes in there, by the way.
Yeah.
I sent them a 5-day meal plan. I hate meal plans. Meal plans are
Yeah.
not realistic. Meal plans are wonderful for ideas. I sent
Yes.
every one of our clients a meal plan. Had peanut butter cookies in there. It had, oh gosh, there was some lemon glazed salmon. There was some, I don't remember everything. It's just incredible recipes. And the fact of the matter is if we're bored, we pull one of those things out. We just go to the grocery. But the problem is we're too lazy. And so we're like, I would rather go open a Twinkie and down a Twinkie, feed my diabetes, than actually go to the cupboard and say, okay, what do I have in here that I can make? Or
You-
I even provided them with a grocery list this week. That's the cool thing. I provided them with a grocery list. You didn't have to think about it. But the
Yes.
problem is we have to actually make it. We have to
Yes.
make it. So the
Yep.
problem is not what we eat. It's okay, you got to break free from the addiction of convenience. We are addicted to convenience. I heard something on a TikTok this week and it really hit me. No one is going to do this for you.
Nope.
Not even your coach. No one is going to make the decision to get healthy and to lose weight for you. You have to do it. You have to be responsible enough to say, I've had it. I've had it with the way I'm living. You know, nobody's going to do this for you. Nobody's going to pick up the phone and call this coach for you. Nobody's going to do that. You have to have had enough and you have to say, you know what? Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes,
Yes.
I'm going to do this. And if that means I have to go to the grocery store, I heard somebody this morning say it is costing me less to be on keto now than it was ever. And people don't think that. They think, oh, it's so expensive to be on keto. It's actually less expensive because we're not
Yes.
swinging through the drive-through every day. We're not open the box of Twinkies every day.
Right. I mean, for four of us going through a drive-through, you're looking at about
Oh
$50.
yeah. Yeah.
You know, and
So true.
and over time, they think that because we choose organic, like I choose organic. I try to do the
Hmm.
most part choose organic foods. But in the end, you'll find the ins and outs. Like we have a
Hmm.
Costco membership for certain things. We
Hmm.
don't get everything at Costco.
Hmm.
Hold on. Kyle thinking that he's gonna be awesome and interrupts me during this.
Okay.
Okay, I'm on live. You can change your pants. Leave the door. Thank you. I'm live. There's a lot of people watching me. I'm talking to you. Nope. Go ask daddy. Uh-huh.
What was
There's so
that? What was that we used to see on TV? We're breaking this news to give you a story.
yeah.
Gotta love summer. You gotta love summer.
Kyle, his pants tightened.
Oh,
I don't even know.
so it's okay. I find a little bit of comfort in boredom sometimes because I know I'm just eating on plan. I just know it's every day. But I think it's important to note that it's also important to learn those fancy things. It's important for you to take from my meal plan this week for you to take that peanut butter cookie recipe and make it. It's important for
Yes.
you to do that because that keeps you from being bored. And the whole era of this conversation that we were having that we kind of mentioned this morning is long term. How do you do this thing long term? Coach Darcy and I lost 120 pounds and have kept it off for the last 7 years. Coach Darcy's lost 75 pounds and she's kept it off for
I
five.
really need to learn 75 pounds, so then you
Uh-huh.
can say 70,
What
only
is it?
70
Oh,
pounds.
so sorry. Only 70 pounds. She only lost 70 pounds, y'all. So we've kept it off. We're doing it, but we don't have the magical answers to how we kept it off, except we decided that we were done living the way that we were living before, and we better like this. Whatever
Yes,
diet plan you choose, you need to like it and you need to live it, because I will never eat another way again. There's no Monica Boyer going off on the weekends and eating however she wants. It just doesn't
right.
happen, right? But there is some comfort for me in simplicity. And some people are not like that. Some people have to have the recipes, some people have to have the fancy stuff, and that's totally okay. You can totally live that way. You just have to be able to get rid of the convenience thing.
Yeah. And
Throwing away the convenience is a key to long term.
yeah, I've had the mentality, like, I love cooking, I love doing fun recipes.
Mhm.
Um, and I'm also normal and I had cravings, when I
Mhm.
journey. But I always told myself if I make it, I can eat it. Like,
Mhm.
obviously the right ingredients.
All right.
But if I don't make it, I'm not going to eat it. I'm not going to try to,
Mhm.
go off and have a donut because it's
Mhm.
convenient.
Right.
So I can make my own low carb.
Mhm.
Um, so if I
Yeah.
want a donut, I'll make myself a donut. So if
Yeah.
it's worth enough to make it
That
for
means you
yourself.
really want it. It means you really want it. They say, what do they say? If you wait, in the whole shopping world, if you wait 24 hours to buy something and you're still thinking about it the next day, then that means you really want it.
Yes,
Eating it,
exactly.
if you make it, that means I am going to go through the pain of cooking, because I hate cooking. Now, some people love it. I hate it. Then that means I really want it. Or the other thing is, they say keto is so expensive. Go to one of those keto bakeries and you're going to spend. Absolutely, it costs more to make those things, but if I pay more for it, so I'm more likely to make a trip down the road to Baked by Vi's over here just because she's convenient, and pay more money for what I really wanted. Then I know I really wanted it. I also
Yeah.
have to keep in mind that I am a food addict. And so I have to also keep up here. If it comes in the house, that means you're going to munch on it all day and you're going to eat it. So I have to be very careful to buy selective things when I do choose to go that route, because I will eat it all. So you have to bring in your food addiction. You just have to be honest with yourself. Are
Yes.
you addicted to convenience? You know, are you a food addict? Can you have those things in your house? I have to be careful about having strawberries in here because I'll eat them all day long
Oh,
if I'm not careful.
yes.
So long term is so important. It's very fun. We're getting ready to run a boot camp. We've launched that thing this week. You're going to take over. You're going to take it. And you're going to crush these. You're going to crush the goals of these people that are in this boot camp. You're not going to crush them. You're going to crush their goals. um, and that's exciting. You lose about 20 pounds in our boot camp. We're starting at July 5th. If you don't have a seat, grab a seat. We'll put the link in the chat. Okay. So it's fun losing 20 pounds. Who doesn't want to lose 20 pounds? I love losing 20 pounds. So, yeah, you're going to do that. But our concern and our passion as we're taking you through these 30 days is to teach you how to do it long term. We're not going to leave you at the end of the 30 days. We're not going anywhere. So a lot of people panic. They're like, well, that's great. I have never seen your prices so low. This is the way to get into the program with about, I think it's like a $600 cut. It's
It's
it's it's a way to get around the big cost and the big investment at first. Um, and they're like, well, that's great, but our passion in that 30 days is to make sure you're loving it and to make sure you're learning how to do it right. That you're learning the science. There's a science behind keto. You can do it wrong. You can make yourself very sick. And so our passion during that 30 days is to teach you how to do it right. And then we're not leaving you at the end. We're still here. We're still, and even if you stay with us after that, the cost is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So if you need a link to that, please reach out to us. We will have a link. There is an early bird price. I did make an executive decision as the owner of this company, because I believe if you are excited and you're ready to enroll early, you need a discount. So there's an early bird price to our 30-day weight loss boot camp, and it's a pretty significant cut. So if you're interested at all in that session coming up starting July 5th, you get over the holiday season. First live class will be that next Tuesday. Then just message us for the link, and we'll drop it into the comments here for you. So the long and short of it is you've got to be willing to put your work in. Nobody's going to do it for you.
Yes.
Nobody's going to nobody's going to do this thing for you. Nobody's going to make the choice for you to pull the trigger and say it's time. You have
Right.
to do it. You
And there,
absolutely have to do it.
you also need to realize that, trying to avoid it like everything else, the
Yep.
easy,
Yep.
you're eventually gonna end up here.
So
that
true.
that was
So true. Yeah.
yeah,
Avoiding it is not going to make it go away because the American diet has not changed.
yes.
Doctors have not gotten to the point where they understand insulin yet. Either feeding people insulin who are insulin resistant, who are making too much insulin, and they're not telling them to change their diet. Or if they're
Right.
telling them to change their diet, they're not telling them how or how much. Those things are so important. Don't get me on my soapbox because
Well,
I won't step
I
off
was
and
gonna say
wonder.
over in Paris, as if they come, it seems like they're motivated to have healthy bodies over
Mhm.
there, and they
Yeah.
encourage it. They encourage the
Yeah.
walking,
Hmm.
biking, the scootering around,
Hmm.
the fresh foods, all that world.
Yeah.
Um, and that's not what we're focused on. They
No.
want us sick, want us
Yeah.
to always be doctors, always
Yeah.
asking what's wrong with me.
Yeah.
You have to feel the way that you do right now. If
Hmm.
you're feeling not normal, that's not normal. So stop
No.
feeling that way.
No. And
Something about it.
half of it is because of medications. People are on hundreds of medications because they got to take care of the side effects from the first medication. That the first medication, all they had to do was change their diet.
Yeah.
And you don't have to change it and eat carrots all day. Like,
Yeah.
you just have to learn how to eat a different way. If you do the root, you don't need that first medication. You won't need the third and fourth medication because the third and fourth medications are just taking care of the symptoms of the first one.
Yeah.
Guys, if you're on statins, run from that doctor. That's my side conversation of today. The damage that is being caused by statins is just mind blowing. Mind blowing. And it makes me mad because these people can live full lives, happy, healthy lives, and they're they're tired. They're under the influence of what these statins are doing and what these drugs are doing to their body, and they're missing out on life. We want you to live.
Yeah.
So that's our little soapbox of the day. But it is 11:30 today. I'm so glad you're back, Darcy, because we didn't miss the live today. Although we didn't have anybody messaging us today, so I have a feeling
No,
he's probably like written us off. You know,
I probably
you need
so.
you need to take care of that. Well, we're here every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern time. And so if you have any questions, if you want to join the boot camp, 30 days weight loss boot camp, you lose an average of 20 pounds throughout that boot camp. If you want to grab your seat, make sure you message us, make sure you reach out to us, get us on the phone, and we will put you in that class. And you will see, you'll just dip your toes into what the coaching experience is all about. So we hope
Yeah.
you're doing well. We're glad that we're glad you found us. We've had some technical difficulties, and I think I might have found the problem. So I'm hoping, because I'm seeing our numbers today, and there's actually people watching today. So I'm thinking I've done it wrong for the last couple of weeks, and I think I found the right way
Yeah.
to put us on YouTube. So you get what you get. Now, if you need a fish tank moved, I can totally do that.
You got
Technology,
must.
yeah. No, it's the legs. It's in the legs. I did a wall squat and I moved it that way. Yeah.
I would have liked to be a fly on the wall.
Oh, it was funny. It was the
I
whole week was funny.
I would have watched.
Yes, you wouldn't have helped, but you would have watched. All right, guys, have an amazing rest of your week. Reach out to us if you need help. We're here for you. We want you to know there's hope. We want you to know there's freedom, and there's freedom in what you eat. There's freedom in your health.
Yeah.
Health freedom is more valuable to me now than it's ever been in my life. So All right. Have a great day, Darce. Great day,
You
everybody.
too. Bye.